before she realized what her biggest mistake had been in the United States. She had ignored her greatest asset, her beauty. She had always been able to get any man she wanted with just a flick of her head and a swish of her hips. And yet she had come to the United States, the land of the greatest opportunities, the most handsome and richest men, and had not used her beauty at all. Some women would die to look at her. Was it not the first thing that people always mentioned when they saw her? You really pretty true, said Queenie. If you did pretty and look good like you, one friend said, what would I achieve? But she had let her beauty stay idle. She had wasted it. And not only had she wasted it, but as she looked into the mirror, she realized that time had also taken its toll. Her once flawless face was a mess of liver spots and black blotches. Even with a good base, it would be impossible to hide the bumps. Her eyes were sad and concerned, and the skin beneath them dark, as if it held a thin layer of eyeshadow. Her hair had lost its vibrancy because she could not afford to treat it anymore. Her shape was still there, but her skin had no bounce. It was slack against her body. She looked in on Grace, and the old lady had fallen asleep as soon as she had gotten her medicine. Shirley had contemplated giving her one of the red capsules that made her sleep so soundly, but she decided against it. So Shirley made sure not to excite her, almost ignored her and her stories all evening. Now she was sleeping as soundly as a baby. Shirley made sure the bed rails were up and secure. She dimmed the lights, found her towel and her small purse, and headed for the door. It was time she used what beauty she had left. She had been sitting for less than a minute when she saw him coming towards her from down the beach with a wine glass in his hand. So, you showed up, he said, as he stopped by her chair. I thought I'd look out, she said. For me? No, just look out, just relax a bit. Whatever, he smiled. Let me buy you a drink. Okay, she said too quickly. Come, he said. She rose and walked with him to a little bar halfway down the beach. Wine, he raised his glass to her as they entered. Sure. She wrinkled her nose as he closed the door. It's stuffy in here. Yeah, he agreed. Once we get the drink, we'll walk a bit. It's a lovely night, and I should be scouting anyway. She laughed. Right. Drinks in hand, they began walking along the beach in the direction from which they had come. It was close to 10 o'clock, and the night was pleasantly warm. He paused in the sand, lifted a glass, and toasted her. To our first date. To our first date, she humored him. He said, I've never dated a black woman before. I'm not black, Shirley said. I thought you said you were Jamaican. I am. Then you are black. I am half Indian, Shirley said. Is that like Hispanic? Or something? Your parents are not Jamaican, huh? They are, she sipped the wine. So how do you mean you are not black? Do I look black to you? Shirley wanted to change the subject. He obviously did not understand. He paused unsure. I guess. It does not matter, Shirley dropped the jacket. Whatever, he shrugged. Then, are you tired? He broke the short silence. No, not really. We can sit if you like. They were close to the water. There the beach sloped steeply down, so as they sat on the sand, they were practically invisible from the rest of the beach. He sat beside her and touched her hair. And why are we touching? She asked. Well, why are we not? He asked hoarsely. Because I hardly know you. He reached for her. She pulled away and fell against the sand. In a flash, he was on top of her. His hips were spreading her legs, his torso pressing her into the sand, and his hands holding her firmly with his mouth inches above hers. What are you doing? Shirley tried to fight him off. Don't struggle. I won't hurt you, he whispered. Let me go. Get off me. She tried to heave him off her by twisting her hips. I said, don't struggle. His voice was urgent, his eyes fierce. Shirley ignored his order and screamed. He moved one hand to cover her mouth, and she fought against him desperately. If he was going to rape her, she thought, he had to kill her first. He had to rape a dead body. He was heavy, and his hardness prodded against her. He pressed himself to her chest and smiled wickedly. No one will hear you. As he spoke, he crossed his right hand under her chin, cutting off her hair. Shirley was trapped beneath him. She tried to scream again, but could hardly find air in her lungs. He began to pant. His hard hands fumbled with her clothing as he searched for a path for his hardness. He kissed her neck, her hair, his passion gaining intensity as she struggled against him. Then suddenly she surrendered, dropped her hands and relaxed her legs. "Take it," she managed to say. "Take it, you damn dog." "That's more like it," he cooed. "More like it, my Shirley." He pressed his lips against her. She felt his slimy tongue probing against her teeth, opened her mouth, and bit down so hard her teeth jarred as they met through flesh. His body went slack, and his hardness whimpered against her bathing suit. His eyes were wide and wild above her. Still holding his tongue with her teeth, she twisted her head to the right and felt a warm blood against her chin. She wanted to tell him he had tried to rape the wrong woman that night. Let him know that there was over a year of frustration and hatred in that bite, that her cup had run over, and he had made the worst mistake of his life. But she could not open her mouth. She dared not release him, so she shook her head and felt the flesh tear and the blood run, and hoped he could see the madness in her eyes. I'd like to read a conversation. It's risky, but it's a conversation. One of the things that happened to Shirley is that she met a drug smuggler, who was nothing like what she liked. He was tall and he was black and he could hardly read and write, but she was desperate. So they went to the Keys, and when they were coming back, they had this conversation. Okay? His name is Moit, from the wine. They left the Keys around 3 in the afternoon. Moit drove. He dropped the top of the Benz and pointed towards the 7 Mile Bridge. Shirley leaned back into her seat and watched his serious face across his face. He was growing on her. She reached forward, selected a garnet silk CD, slipped it into the player, then snuggled into Moit as he placed a large arm around her. Everything was perfect that moment. Every feeling was good. And there was nothing to remind her of the warnings that her friend Queenie had given her. "It's drugs, Miss Eleanor. He said. She let the words pass because she could not believe that he would have just said them like that. Blow them into the car like a casual exhaling of cigarette smoke. "It's drugs, Miss Eleanor. And who I know front. You don't say to go on forever, but who I know the truth." She was not sure how to respond to him. She could not pull suddenly away from him, and strange enough, she did not feel to. He must have known she knew or had guessed by now. She was not a fool, so why did he choose to tell her now, at this moment, when he was growing on her? "I'm not stupid, was all she could manage. He seemed to sigh deep inside. Is America this, Is America this? Man have to survive. She did not answer immediately. She was unsure what words would best grace the space of the car. "America make all kind of people do all kind of things," she finally said. They were halfway across the 7 Mile Bridge, the beauty of Florida Keys on all sides of them. The evening was coming on. The car dipped toward the stretch of road in front of them. "True," he said. "Sometimes a man comes to do one thing, and the vibes just push him certain ways. I think I understand what you mean. Yeah. Yes. It's farm where we come from, Yeah? Yeah, man. Farm where we come. Second week after I come here, my brother come look for me in brand new Honda. Right up near here to Belglades. Old Belglades. He just drive up, sit down on the bonnet and wait till we come to the gate and start laugh. I can still see him on the bonnet of that Honda just laughing. Then them stop laugh and ask me, oh, you love work, sir, man? Oh, you love work, sir? Leave this and come, man. So we leave it. Just so, same time, just like that. Well, no. We work till we get the weekend off and then leave. Go free market and just don't go back. And he brought you into the business? No, he shook his head. Would you believe, even though I don't know what kind of business he was in? Was? Yeah, was. He dropped me at my apartment, saying soon come, and we'll never see him again. Wow. That's nothing. That night I lie down sleeping, and all I hear was just gunshot and whistle all over the place. What you mean? Man come shoot up the place. You should have seen me, chocolate. You just see me run with my pants on my hand. I run like mad. You would think it's man catting with them wife. It wasn't husband. It was bullet I running from. Jesus. She trembled visibly. Sometimes you see a man, he said, simple so. You know what he got through in this country. You don't know what he got through in this country. It's plenty things I got through in Uncle Sam, you know, country now. It's on that bridge I used to sleep, you know, under the overpass. He kisses Steve. You think it's easy? You have to learn, how we said, cardboard layer by layer to keep out the rain. You have to get used to the cold. And now he was surprising her. He was not a talkative man. Yet this evening, sitting with her, his arms cruising along, he seemed to have found a reason to open to her. And she was not sure she wanted to hear much more. She made to adjust the radio and he slipped his hand away to let her go. She checked her face in the mirror and straightened her hair against the wind. You want me to put up the top? She told him no and curled into her seat, so she was looking sideways at him. And all the time he continued, we try to fly straight, you know. Still I try to fly straight. What do you mean? She asked softly. What did you do? Wash pot. Wash pot and everything. First we used to go to the mall then, right? Sit down near the wishing well and scoop out the money when the people ain't not looking. Yeah, man. Nothing's not true. You see all them people who stand up at the roadside and give out fire? You used to do that too, you know. You know, they pay you by the amount of fire they give out, you know. Yeah, man. I used to have 2 jobs, you know. Live under the overpass and have 2 jobs. I used to wash for the morning, give out fire evening time. And it used to work. Till they start come together. Yeah? Yeah, man. Is the one chef mash up all of that? Yeah? Chef, yeah, how come? He laughed. I don't know. You see, my chef now, we used to live under the underpass. But while we work, he used to beg with a sign on the roadside. But I couldn't do that. Begging make more money, but we couldn't do that. Then I made the mistake and tell him about the flyer thing. Him said him now wash no pot. But he's a chef. That's another story, that's important. So what did you do? Well, alright. Might as well tell you. You see, after you give out flyers for a while, it make you tired. And it's not easy to wash pot, you know. So one day I get an idea. We just collect the flyer them and drop them in the big garbage truck. Because the garbage company was right beside the fridge where we used to sleep. Jesus, she cried. But that was not right. I never said so. So why do you do it? Just the vibes, maybe. Sometimes we just get tired. So when we tell the chef about it, he used to do the same thing. Then he get greedy and he used to go back 3 times a day to move flyers. So they got suspicious. What do you mean? The man our chef put down now 1,500 flyers per day. She could not but laugh. So he chuckled. Them trail him and catch him and throw them down. And since it was me who recommend them fire me too. I'll try to bring police if we don't give them back the money. So what he did? Just move to another underpass. A sign said Miami next if he angled the car gently, his fingers caressing the steering wheel. She tried to imagine him washing pots in some dark kitchen. Must have been a long way from those days to these manicured fingers and well-groomed designer look. He was as black as pearl, and in the lessening light, his complexion seemed cool, his features soft, his thick lips gave his face the impression of one pouting halfway. His hair was cut low and camouflaged his receding hairline. There was a gentleness about him, a self-made man reflecting and musing on his adventures. It was a side of him she had never seen and doubted she would ever see again. So why you come to America, he asked, without taking his eyes from the road. This caught her off guard, but she was composed and so paused unslightly. A better life, like anyone else. Everybody said that. He shook his head. No, but your life not in America, no, for black people. Maybe she said. Or she still believed that anyone could make it, given the right documents and circumstances. You know, he said, it's when I come from America, I find out I'm black, you know. Me too, she said. And she wasn't sure what he meant. For she was shades lighter than he was. Yeah, man. Up here, black is a different something from human being, you know. Even when you're rich, you have no nothing. Well, you go back to Jamaica. No, sir. No there for me. And as he pressed the gas, the car leapt forward. She could not help but feel some measure of respect for him. Pausing there on the edge of the thoroughfare, seeing the ugliness and desolation from which she sprang, smelling and tasting the moldy loneliness of it, made her sympathize with whatever he now did for a living. And somehow, it all blended together, the beauty and the ugliness of him, the soft-spoken and the talkative. She looked again across at him and thought she would be quiet for a while, so the vibes would float across the car, and he would bask in the satisfaction of having impressed her in his own way. Later at home, in the shower, as she rinsed herself to prepare for dinner and rest from the journey, he came to her, slid away the frosted glass, and peered in at her naked under the fine sprays of the water. Let me wash her back now. Without a word, she closed her eyes against the water beating down and handed the soap to him as he slid the glass door closed. He stood behind her, held her against him, and ran the soap up and down her body till she came alive and slippery in his hand. And somehow, in his movements, the soap fell from his hands. He held her waist firmly, pressed his mouth against her hair. Pick it up for me, you know. Pick it up for me now. So she bent forward and found the slipper bar. Having found it, she discovered it was awkward for her to come erect again, as he had maneuvered expertly, and she was now impaled by him.
Wow.
Her toes now barely touched the ground. So she tilted forward till she was pressed against the slippery wet tiles, found footing against a dripping edge, and with the water spraying down, pretended she was in a dancehall video and gave him what he wanted in a manner he could hardly have expected or dreamed of. She gave him till he crumpled, collapsed in the wetness around him, his slack mud gasping against her black back. Shirley, I love you. Shirley, I love you. We can marry right now.
Shirley gone clear.